Yeah, my stupid ass thought that no standing means मतलब तुम वहाँ पे खड़े ही नहीं हो सकते. तो कैसे? How dare you stand there at any time? Wow, I finished that story in 2 minutes. Do you really see what you guys are doing to me? I end up talking further, faster and faster. One day I'll forget to breathe. I talk so fast. हाँ, admit all आओ ना तुम सब लोग. Everyone is coming kind of on time today, kind of. Talks बोल रहा है. Says the person who's never on time, ever. I'm just an impatient person. I can't help it. हाँ, आ गए. पब्लिक आ गई हमारी. देखो 14 लोग तो दिख रहे हैं, तो बेसिक पब्लिक तो हमारी आ ही चुकी है. So I wanted to, so I mean, well, I'm not starting yet, but I'm not starting yet, but I want to say something. I want to address something before we go on today. Someone has brought this up to me that why have I started this? Yeah, who do I think I am? Kind of a message I got from one of my friends. Very rude, very rude, but it's fine. We cleared it out. So basically, what the reason why I started CHO, which is currently high on, is the fact that, well, I have gone to art school for about 4 years, right? So I get a lot of data from the school itself. Now, unlike a lot of people who go to art school, they've started doing or working on art since like they were what, 2, 3, 4, 5 years old. They're like they're very, very young when they started. So they have really been in that art world. And I have not. I started art 6 months prior to when I started my college. Um, so I was very, very keen and eager to learn a lot of new things. So I would just go constantly, just keep going to my professors and being like, why this painting, why this. So I would just, keep running and getting more information because I kept feeling like I'm going to be left out. So because of this, I ended up going to a lot of museums, and my dog is just going crazy in the background. So I would just keep running to a lot of museums. In the last 6 months of me being in Paris, I ran across Europe, going to like every different museum that I could. The one in Prague, the one in Vienna, the one in Spain, because I was running around a painting, and that painting happened to be in one of the museums where I saw, other new stuff, and I went crazy. So I always used to take down notes, which painting it is, which artist it is, and I would run back to my professors, and my professors were very kind enough to give me more information on those pieces. So that's the way I kept getting extra information other than the information I was getting from my art school. I also got this beautiful recommendation by my art history professor called The Story of Art by E.H. Gombrich. This is a great Bible handbook kind of a thing for all people who love to talk about art. And it's not as daunting because big books scare me. So half of the book is just pages, I mean, photographs of paintings, and the other half is the explanation. So this other books that I ended up reading on art, because it was kind of like, I was like, Hermione, I was like, nay, I need to know more than other people. So basically that's why I started CHO, because currently I on, because I didn't know what to do with this extra energy and extra things to say about art, and I needed to have a conversation with someone else, because I was like, I saw this, but did someone else see this? But I never knew who saw that painting or not. And also the paintings and artworks that I keep choosing are not the most famous ones, because yeah, I mean, there are a lot of famous ones who really changed the face of art and art history and really impacted the art world. But the paintings that I usually end up choosing are also less popular ones, but they have also contributed a lot to the art world. So thank you for listening to me. But that's the reason why I needed to address this. It's kind of like my credentials, why I'm doing this. Like I mentioned, it's not, obviously there are a lot of people who might have a whole lot more information about these subjects, these paintings than I do. I'm just an enthucutlet who has Google and a few books. With the enthucutlet energy, I would like to take this forward. Um, so yeah, if you guys, like in every other session that we've had, if you have to say anything else, please tell me in the chat or unmute yourself and go ahead. Say anything that you would like to say. If you have to add on to something, please go ahead and do that too. You might know a little bit more about, for example, Bible verses than I do. So please go ahead and tell me that. Hi Tanmay. Hi Tanmay. Did you just unmute yourself for saying hi? It's okay. I love you. Hi. Hi, Tanmay. I love
Yes.
you all for coming. Thank you so much. And Tanmay, you always get me public, so thanks. Extra love for you. So yeah, so today we have the romantics. Today we are currently high on the romantic era. A lot of people thought on my Instagram that the romantics basically means कि हम प्यार में हैं and Shah Rukh Khan and Kajol and rom-coms and whatnot. But that's not what the romantic era is. And I realized that when my mom is like, ऐसी पेंटिंगें होती है रोमांटिक्स में. So yeah, so uh, let's start and deep dive into the romantic era. So I'll keep giving the background while I show you guys the paintings. There are three. We'll talk about each one of them. A little bit deep dive, not little bit deep dive. What, contradicting myself? A little bit of dive in the artist's life. A little bit of dive in the painting, and some facts here and there about the romantic era or the romanticism period throughout. So, Ganesh, Ganesh, if you have to say anything, please unmute yourself or just go ahead and say something in the chat. Today, Xbox Bale has joined, so I'm very very excited. So yeah, let's start. Where is okay? I'm also very all over the place. ठीक है? तो please don't get upset if I take little while to share my screen because I always I never figure out how to do this smoothly. Which is the first one? Hanji, first year. I'm trying my best, okay? Stop. Stop judging. I can feel you guys judging. Yellow share ho gayi screen. Okay, wait. I have the chat. I have batch participants. Okay. Public आ गई है. Let's शुरू करें. करे श्री गणेश. Wait. You guys said something in the Hanji. So yes, this is कहाँ गई? Chalk Cliffs on Rugen. This is by Caspar David Friedrich, German romanticist, German romantic artist. Hi to everyone who's here. Thank you guys for coming. Today is going to be a great one. You guys should take a shot every single time I say this is going to be a great one. Apparently, I say that a lot. But I'm always excited about this. So yeah, so this painting was made in 1818. It's oil on canvas, 90.5 centimeter by 71 centimeter. Go figure. And it's in the Kunstmuseum in Germany. Okay. So, first initial thoughts, guys. Acha, by the way, till the time you guys give me your thoughts and take the painting in, some facts about Romanticism. Romanticism, the Romantic era started between the late 1700s, like really late 1700s, and stopped right before 1900s began. So all the paintings between that time. Its polar opposite is realism, and romanticism is basically talking about individualism, emotions, and how your emotions can go to an extent where you absolutely go crazy, probably even reach psychosis. Um, and yeah, just talking really deeply about feelings, showing feelings, not conveying your feelings on the canvas, but trying to get feelings from the audience or trying to showcase the feelings you are going through in the painting. So yeah, first thoughts, guys. First thoughts. बताओ बताता ही नहीं है यार कोई बोलो someone.
Okay, so from what I know, okay, this is I have two parallels to draw here. One is, from what I know, Romanticism was all about nostalgia. There was a big part of it was nostalgia about this. I was seeking something that was long gone.
Yes.
And there was slight darkness to it. You're almost seeking something that you've lost in some way.
Mm-hmm.
There is a sense of personal loss. I think this entire game. I think this is what I see how this painting is representing, because I think a lot of Caspar David Friedrich's paintings have like people looking out into a horizon.
Yes, it does. You're right.
I think there's another one with waves. So I don't know the name, but
there's
yeah.
another one on him on a mountain looking at the sea of foam. Yes.
Yeah, and I think this is an aesthetic which has been what's the word for it? Yeah, this is an aesthetic which has been explored in so many ways when you want to depict that on cinema. when you want to depict that on, you have people looking over a horizon or over a cliff, right? Now, the second take is, it's probably the eras, how people wanted to look all intense while looking elsewhere.
Yes, applies.
And okay, and this is again one thing I've observed while looking. Okay, when I'm looking for like stock images for my work, one thing I've observed is whenever you have a stock image or whenever you have something that looks directly at you, what's the word for it there? I forgot. Yeah, sorry. When your stock images which looking directly into the camera, they tend to look a little unsettling. You're not really enjoying. It's not really. It doesn't really give off. It gives off a very, okay, to put it very in a very pedestrian manner, it gives off a very chomu vibe. Whereas when you have somebody looking elsewhere or looking into like the darkness or it is it ends up looking more intense, more grave, more serious, and
Yeah. So what do you So what do you think about this painting? I'll talk more about the era, but what do you think about this painting? What was your?
Yeah, again, it's just like there's an emptiness. There's. I think this is just. They look like they've come from somewhere sad. They're either bugged or sad. They seem to have lost a lot of money, or they seem to have lost someone. And this is there's a lament. Yeah, there's a certain lament to this painting.
Okay, wait, I'll get back to that.
Also, what you're.
Wait, I'll get back to that. Give me 1 minute. Sona aunty, you're saying something?
Yeah, the fact that I can see here is the branch of the tree which is coming down. That has really attracted me. It's looking like a man hanging out there.
Mm-hmm.
The branches which is falling, which is coming down, if you can see in that thing. The leaves which he has made, it is looking like a person, standing up there. The middle part of it. You can just see with the cap and all, like the tree, the leaves which is there, looking like a person. Okay, I don't know. I can see that way. And the cliffs which are made, it is the painting of that is in itself romance itself. You can say it's so translucent, like something it's trying to mirror image.
Yes. Okay, so you're very close. Yes.
It's just trying to say that, like, you can see yourself out there. I feel that way, like, and that is the romance in it. That is the romance in it, yeah. And each and every person is saying a different story, and it is full of love because that red dress in which that lady is there. She's so feminine. She's so full of beauty and that love to the epitome which is there. And
you got that absolutely correct, auntie. I'll elaborate on that also. Sorry. Sure. Yeah, Anmol, you wanted to say something? You unmuted yourself?
Yeah. So I look at the two sailboats, and then I don't know, the hat lying right next to the guy.
Yes.
Really attracted me. So I don't know if this is where I'm going is the right direction, but are the sailboats a depiction of life and what they aspire to be at? Yes. And the guy is sort of like bowing down to death. I don't know.
No,
this is what I made out of it.
You're absolutely right. Yes, please keep going.
Yes, so I believe that in that era, something like a hat or, a walking stick was also a sign of their pride. And it meant a lot to them. So if the guy's put aside his hat and he's bowing down towards a cliff, which has like two sailboats looking into it, there's something that has definitely gone wrong. And he's accepted what has gone wrong. And I think the sailboats are a sign of carefree floating or life that they aspire to be living, but somehow they're not being able to be there. And also, since they're always floating, there's also a sort of a fluidity to life, which is probably where they're not at right now.
That was amazing. Thank you so much, Anmol. So okay, so Anmol, Tanmay, and Sona aunty, you guys have said exactly the things that the artist was trying to say. You guys found them all. So romanticism is an idea about how you take your individual feelings and moods of any kind and take it forward and put it on a painting, right? Now, Caspar, David Frederick, he basically used to always talk about this never-ending, Kshitij, basically the horizon, like you can see here, it's a never ending horizon, right? So he's kind of, a lot of art historians do believe that this painting is his idea between life and death. So the two sailboats that you spoke about, the two sailboats, actually some people believe that they represent the two brothers. So the three people in the painting are Caspar Friedrich himself, his brother, and his wife. His wife is 20 years younger to him, which is important here, but I'll get to that in a second. So here, the two sailboats can be the two brothers. A lot of people did believe that. Also, the fact that the wait. I've written all of these things. Huh. His hat being, almost fallen aside is like a sign of humility. You're so right, Anmol. There are a lot of things that these artists used to put in their paintings and hide them, which were all signs of like a different kind of symbolism. And hat here symbolizes humility. Sonati, you spoke about the red color of her dress. Now, so the color of her dress is red. The color of his robes, which is Casper himself, the artist, is in the middle. His seems to be green, and his brother seems to be blue. So the three colors, they signify the Christian three Christian theological virtues. Basically, blue being faith, red being love, and green being hope. So he has hope with himself, faith in his brother, and love with his wife. Now, the reason why, so Anmol, you brought up the bowing down, right? So he's kind of bowing down. I mean, a lot of historians, and let me tell you exactly who. So the art historian that I'm talking about here is Helmut Brosch Supin, right? He said that so the bow down also does mean a little bit. He's actually, you saw it as bow down. I also saw it as bow down, but a lot of people believe that he's actually falling, and he's falling towards the abyss that you see. Now, the abyss here is the death, and Casper did confirm that the abyss is death, and and he is life. So he is closer to death than his brother, and his wife is further away from it. So that was, I thought that was, he did it so well. He's conveying it so well, because the wife is the furthest away from the abyss. The brother is standing with, like, his weight on the tree behind, and the wife is actually not even looking at the abyss. What else? Yeah, the three are almost falling. And what do you guys think the endless horizon says? Once again, I'm very behind on the chat. Hold on. Romantic paintings always have a sense of loss or lamenting and missing. Yes, you're very right. Deshwama, please, I just read your comment. Please go ahead.
Right. So I don't know about the horizon bit, but talking about Romanticism and the paintings which were made across that entire era, they were very nature inspired.
Correct.
And the artists always because you said that it started by somewhere in 1700s, and it went on till what, 1800s or somewhere.
Yeah, right.
So at that point of time, a lot of that was a point of time where a lot of industrialization was happening, a lot of
Yes.
urbanization was happening, and all that. So things were developing quite fast, and these poets, painters, artists, whoever, when they were creating a form of art, it was very much inspired from nature, as a sense of loss, as a sense of empathy, or these strong emotions which were connected to the nature, because they were losing out on the nature bit and moving towards progression and industrialization and globalization, whatever. So when you see these paintings, so there's a very strong essence of nature, which is very much reflected here in this painting as well. Which gives you a very, very long, distant perspective. It's very much proportionate. It almost looks like a photograph. To be like, if we had to photograph this thing somewhere in Scotland or somewhere in Edinburgh, sort of a space, it would be it would actually look like a photograph. So I would like to talk more about the sense of passion which these people put while they used to create such artworks. And yeah, I mean, talking about this painting, what everybody has said is absolutely right. And a lot of detailing, detailing went into whatever they used to create, be it a war scene, be it a nature scene, be the human figurines in the thing. Everything was given very much detail. Like you see her red dress or his green coat, whatever. A lot of and I mean their belief in Christianity, all across Europe and UK, America, all this was like very much like they were very religiously Christian belief people. So that sort of kind of reflected in their artworks as well, be it like poets, be it, painters, whoever. So yeah, thanks.
That was very beautifully put, Mama. You're so right, because it was the the rise of the industrial revolution and everything that was happening. They were missing out on nature and other aspects of life. So the Romanticism era really wanted to hold on to and grab onto everything that they were missing out on. So nature is actually one of the 5 aspects that Romanticism focuses on, especially in art, also in literature and other areas that Romanticism
I mean,
touched.
whoever the people were at that point of time, they were very passion driven. Like,
Yes,
like
very
the term romanticism, like as you said, is not about like a girl meets the boy and like they fall in love. No, we are not talking about that sort of a love. This is a uh, act of passion. This was
correct.
passion driven. Now, your passion could be anything. You can be passionate about cars. You can be passionate about being a gym freak. You can be passionate about anything. It's a passion driven act of whatever these artists did across. Okay,
Very
so it's got nothing to do with love. Like I mean, like the stupid cupid love, but it's about loving loving with a sense of loss and lamenting about it and empathizing with
correct.
what they are losing while they're progressing.
Yes, exactly that. Yes, exactly that. Yes, very much so. You just said what I wanted to say. You just said.
Okay, since we're already talking about nature, I just wanted to ask you before you move on to something else. Grass is usually green, right?
Yes.
I can see bits of yellow. Is that intentional?
Yes. So I'll tell you. So the yellowing of the grass, so grass becomes yellow when it's kind of like dying, when it's सूख गई है, it's almost at the end of its life, which is what he's trying to say. Even with the abyss, like his idea between life and death, he believed that death was inevitable, obviously, but also he had this issue with understanding and grasping the idea of death. So he was trying to put that in like a few different ways. So if you see the tree on the right, it's very flourished and like has a lot of leaves going on, but the one on the left, up left, it's a little more dry and lesser leaves there. So again, those are the things just coming up. So going back to what Devesh Mama said, so yes, everyone was trying to hold on and grasp onto this fact that they were letting go of, right? Again, here you can see that happening. Casper is trying to hold on to life and trying to hold on to what he's living with his wife, but he's not able to let go or forget about the fact that death is inevitable and it will come one day. Like that, the change is going to keep happening. So the 5 key elements, before I move on to more about the painting, 5 key elements of Romanticism is: first is revolution, democracy, republicanism. So basically a lot of artworks were about that pieces, about slavery, how people were like losing themselves to the government. The second is sublime or transcendence, basically emphasis on philosophy, metaphysical, physical, spirituality, and artistic greatness in your thoughts and in your ideals. The third is power of imagination, just taking it forward, or using your imagination to remember yourself in a different world, in a different era, in a fantasy land. Fourth is proto-psychology, and fascinated by madness of grief. So basically, psychology came in way later, but a lot of the artists in this era believed that your emotions, if not dealt with, can take you further and can take you to different extremes. And that's what a lot of artists did also portray. So we have one other artist that did portray this specific one. And then the fifth one is nature, which we see here. Nature is very self-explanatory, and like Devesh Mama said, because you have the industry coming up, you wanted to hold on to something that is very natural, that is familiar to you, rather than what is coming up right now. So moving on to other things that I wanted to say. Wait, let me read the chat first. Despite the figures and people of the disfigures or people, the hero of the painting is the view. Yes, it is. It's talking about the uncertainty of your future. You know how you can lose yourself in that abyss. You lose yourself in that horizon, that endless horizon. Like it wants the viewer to get consumed by the view and feel the lamenting missing. Yes, exactly that. And using the color white, even though this is such a bright painting, it's not bright colors, it's not happy colors. The colors are bright, you know, they're light colors, but they're not giving you the sense of happiness, you know, which you usually assume with a brighter painting. That's a great point. Also, a lot of Casper's paintings had himself or his people looking away from the audience, is because they are kind of the surrogate for the audience members, the viewers. So they are the surrogates for us. We are not able to see the abyss from their point of view, but we still are them, you know. If that makes sense, I can elaborate on that. They want to reach out and find what they have lost, a sense of longing. Also, paintings are very detailed. Yes, these paintings are very detailed. Absolutely spot on. They are on the honeymoon in the painting. Yes, I forgot to mention that they're on their honeymoon, and their brother is just tagging along. There is life and death, and then you have a great abyss in between. The biggest tragedy the artists, poets have always taken inspiration from. Exactly, from this era, a lot of artists and poets took inspiration from this. Inspiration of what they've lost, inspiration from what they can lose, inspiration from how they're not able to hold on to their reality. So trying to get into another one. Pastoral colors almost. Yes, exactly. Let's see what else I've missed. Frederick was very famous for doing really beautiful landscapes, and he did amazing works with landscapes. He used to a lot of times change so this is actually, I can tell you what this place is. It's the chalk cliffs of Stubenkammer, but it doesn't look exactly like that if you like try to Google pictures, because that's what Frederick used to do, because he wanted to add that sense of magical realism, kind of, almost. He used to change the aspects of his landscapes and composition, so that it's a whole new world on the piece of canvas. What else did I want to say? Yeah, the hat is humility, and hat is actually fallen. He's not kept it aside. It's fallen. You know, with like the weird till that you can see, it's fallen. Oh, also, him bowing down or him looking at the grass is actually him. I mean, this is what Casper explained, and this is what a lot of historians also got from it, and a lot of critics, that he's seeking the meaning of life from the grass. So the color changing from green or darker colors in the beginning to lighter ones in the end. It's just the journey of life, where you started from and when you ended. You know. Wait, what else did I miss? Oh, I forgot about this. Yes, the sailboats are symbols of soul, symbols of eternal life, symbols of what life can be after death. Or some people also thought it's reincarnation. You know. What else? Uh, does anyone know what they are both actually trying to catch or look for? So it's open to interpretation, because the brothers are so much older than the wife, who's 20 years younger. uh, a lot of critics believe that they are actually looking to their death coming to them, like the sailboats are coming. The one sailboat is closer to Frederick, and the other one is a little further away for the brother. So, you know, showcasing how the death is going to come to them. Exactly, the white boats could be angels. A lot of people believe that. A lot of people believe that they are actually looking to find their future in the abyss, and the two sailboats are them. So it's actually open to interpretation. What they might be feeling is in the abyss. You know, maybe this life in the heaven beyond. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's what I said. That's what I said. That's what I said. Also, what else? Oh, the two sailboats being the same color, also a lot of critics believed, and I also thought that's what it was, that the same color basically means that they're from the same family, which is why it's the brothers and the wife is not there. Right? What else did I miss? uh, oh some useless critics thought that the woman in the painting, because she's the woman, is not looking into the abyss and is pointing at something else entirely, is because she's actually afraid of death or afraid of looking into the abyss, and she needs to take the support of her husband, which is why she's pointing to him. But I did not get that. I just didn't get that. Did anyone else get that? I have no clue. What else? What else? I mentioned that, mentioned that, mentioned that, mentioned that. What else? Yeah, I mentioned all of it. Yeah, I mentioned all of it. What else? What else, guys? Any questions? Do you guys have any other thoughts before we move on to the next painting? Tell me. Tell me, guys. Wow, you guys are very quiet today on the chat. Even though you guys are like nailing it, you guys are getting every single thing that the artist was trying to say. Is Impressionist on the menu tonight? No, it is only Romantic era. Impressionism happened in 3 sessions ago. Is it possible that she is reaching out to her husband while he is ready to move on? It is possible. So, like I mentioned, some of the critics thought that she is actually trying to call for her husband because she's so scared of the abyss. But a majority of the critics thought she's actually pointing out to the grass and to the flowers and to the empty space between the abyss and her. What else? Other questions, guys? नहीं है आगे के क्वेश्चंस, मैं आगे जाऊंगी, ठीक है? I will do Sri Ganesh with another painting. Obviously joking. But yeah. Isn't this amazing? So I love the fact that so what I love about seeing Caspar David Frederick Caspar's work is the fact that he always, whatever painting may it be, even if you have not learned the iconography of a painting, which is, you know, things that they've put up, the symbols, the other things that are happening in the painting, even though you've not learned anything about that, Caspar David Frederick's paintings are very clear and very straightforward. So even if you've not learned anything about it, you would know right away what they mean. Like you guys, you know, without me explaining what was going on in the painting, you guys exactly pointed out every single thing, which reminds me. So Nandi, you mentioned the tree, right? The hanging tree. So the reason for the hanging tree is actually, like I've mentioned a few times before, that the painting, however it is made, you know, vertical or horizontal, you know, it takes you on a journey from top to bottom, or, you know, from the important pieces to the lesser important pieces, so that your eyes go through the entire canvas. So the one reason for the tree to be like that, the smaller part of the tree to be like that, is because it's taking your attention from the bushes to the you know, lower part of the painting, which is where the three figures are. Also, it's pointing towards both the sailboats. So I missed out the sailboats, but what caught my attention was that branch, then leading my attention to the sailboats. So these things actually the artists used to keep putting up because they were important for it was important for them, for the viewers, to see every single thing that they put up. Yes.
Yeah, what I just wanted to say was, yeah, see, out of the full picture which is there, that hanging tree, like with that branch, like, I mean, it really attracts itself, like, you know, in that full space, only that little bit. He could have added much more or a little bit less.
Yes, yes.
So just, it's the form of a figure. I mean, that is really, like, you know, I mean, really making me go crazy. Like,
no, I agree with you completely.
I mean, as if that person is coming to you know, like, you know, as I'm coming to save her. Like, you know, you come, like, you know, come to me.
No, I completely agree with you, Auntie, because in the beginning I thought the branch was actually trying to say the life in between the abyss and the tree. You know, like that is one middle part of the life cycle that he's trying to showcase. You know, some idea there. The branch adds a sense of sadness or being morse in the entire painting. I feel that, yeah, exactly, because it's drooping. It's not exactly upright. You know,
Yes,
drooping.
yes.
Loved it, loved it. The trees seem to mirror the humans under them. Exactly. Yes. Drishya's here with a great point. Yes. What else, guys? So I'm going to move on to the other one. If you are not saying anything in 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm going to move on. So that was a great one, guys. Next wali kare. Chalo kare next wali. Okay. So I don't know how to choose between these two. Okay, let's do this. Choose between the two, which one to do first is what I'm trying to say. तुम बड़े हो, तुम शेर हो जाओ, here you go. Chat. Okay, so I have a few questions before we move on. So, who guys in the chat section, can you please be very active right now? I'm going to ask you 3 questions. First, who was the first man that God created? Guys,
Adam.
correct.
Adam.
Correct. Right. Everyone agrees it was Adam. Who was the first woman that God created?
Venus.
No. Venus, auntie, no.
This.
No, not Eve. Not Eve. If you know the answer,
A
don't give it
woman?
yet.
Did you say a woman?
Yes, first woman that God created. Not Gaia. Not Gaia. Along with Adam, who was the first woman that was created by God.
It was not Eve.
It was not Eve.
It was.
It was not Eve. So, to
Venus.
give you guys the answer, it was Lilith. Right. Thank you, Tanmay. It was Lilith, the girl
Yes.
we see in the painting right now. Sorry, Devesh, were you saying something? Sorry.
I said, yeah, Lilith is the one. Yes, correct.
Yes, Lilith was the first one. So a little bit.
I didn't read the answer. I didn't read the title. I remember it from the Old Testament. Sorry, yeah.
Yes, exactly. So Lilith is the first person. Thank you, Tanmay. But Lilith is the first woman that was made. So if you actually check Genesis 1:27, wait, I'll just write here. 1:27. Genesis 1:27. It says this. Wait, where did it go? I have it. कहाँ गया? Oh shit! I did not write it down. Oh my god, that's so stupid of me. But if you check Genesis 1:27, Lilith was actually created with Adam with the same clay that Adam was made. They were absolute equals and they were made at the exact same time. The reason why Lilith is also known as a female demon. But the reason why Lilith is nowhere else, and it's actually from the Hebrew idea, the Hebrew text actually idealizes Lilith a lot and does not believe that Eve was the first one at all. So Lilith basically did not come back to the Garden of Eden after she coupled with Archangel Samuel, and she refused to be in the Garden of Eden because she did not want to be subservient to Adam. So God told her to be subservient to Adam, and she was like, not a chance, not gonna happen. The Lady of Darkness, she was the right hand of Lucifer. Yes, she was. So she's called a night creature, night hag, or night monster. There are a lot of names for her. Female demon. But she got those names because wasn't she the first Lady of Darkness? Yes, she was. She was. Heavy player in astrology too. Yes. Lilith is called the dark moon, symbolizing your shadow side. Yes, correct. You guys know about Lilith. So yeah, so Lilith was actually the dark creature or the female demon because she was a seductress of men and she was the murderer, exact words, murderer of children, which is why she was not, well, that's why she was like the darkness and then, all that. Chilling Adventures of Sabrina has educated me on this. Yes, good job, Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Sorry?
She's looking very beautiful.
Yes, she is. So her hair used to be
awesome.
Her hair used to be this very captivating feature which used to entangle men. So this is one of the myths, that her long fair hair used to capture men and never let go of them. She used to kill them. Hence the seductress. Exactly that. So this painting is called Lady Lilith. It's made by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. It was done in 2 years, 1866 to 1868. It's oil on canvas, 96.5 centimeter by 81.5 centimeter. Go figure. I have no clue what centimeters are. And it is in the Delaware Art Museum in America. We did a crash course in Netflix as well. Isn't she analogous to Hela from Norse mythology? Yes, not the comics. Yes, I believe that. I think I read this somewhere. I may be wrong on that. That Hela was actually the inspiration, or probably the parallel with Lilith. Like that's where it came from. But I'm not sure on that. I read it somewhere and I don't remember where I read it. I may be wrong. So yeah, so basically the entire idea of Lilith and her myth and her idea is what is being portrayed in the painting right here. So a little bit about the artist. Rossetti was a poet, he was an illustrator, he was a painter, and he was a translator. He was very, very intrigued by the sensuality, and he wanted to revive the medieval world, medieval era. He was also very, very enchanted by the female body and the female the idea of women in general. So yeah, so here what he's trying to portray is, and this is his words, powerful evil temptress with long flowy hair. Yes, that's exactly what he's trying to do here. So there is a play called, wait, I'm gonna write this down because you guys would really enjoy this. GOHE gods. I'm just इसको French दिया करो ना यार, ये सब मत दिया करो, ये सब नहीं आता मुझे. Yes, that God's Faust. Goth is GOETHE is the name of the artist, and Faust is the name of the play. Faust 1 and then Faust 2 has a little excerpt.
Mephistopheles.
Sorry.
Mephistopheles is the one who plays the devil is called Mephistopheles in Faust.
Oh,
Faust
okay.
sells his soul to Mephistopheles in Goethe's Faust.
Oh, acha, I don't know much about Faust. I just got this excerpt when I was researching again this morning, and I've got this. Can you tell me about?
I thought you were okay. I thought you were okay.
No, just because this, I thought this was be a great one, and like you mentioned, right? You have.
No.
Huh?
No. You want right now, or you said later?
Dude, thoda, 2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes, and let me just give you this excerpt. Of course. Yeah. So, okay. So there's a little excerpt about Lilith in it. I'll repeat it. Beware of her fair hair, for she excels all women in the magic of her locks, and when she twines them around a young man's neck, she will not ever set him free again. I love it. Wait, I'll repeat. Beware of her fair hair, for she excels all women in the magic of her locks, and when she twines them round a young man's neck, she will not ever set him free again. So that is kind of getting Lilith, like in a shell, saying what Lilith is and what her ideology is from God's Faust. Yeah. Tanmay, in very short, brief summary, because I have a lot to say, can you tell me what
God's Faust okay, so the devil is known as Mephistopheles in Goethe's. The Faust is a very successful man who's dissatisfied in life, so he makes a deal with the devil, Mephistopheles, to sell his soul in exchange for all of the devil's parts. Classic story of how you have the deal with the devil story. This is actually one of the beginnings of the deal with the devil story.
Mm-hmm.
Christopher Marlowe made a play of it, play based on this book called something on Dr. Faustus. I think I don't remember.
Okay.
But yeah, based on a similar point where you exchange your soul for the devil, and then your actions contribute to making things worse for some people, and how that is on you.
Oh, that sounds.
And yeah, it's basically.
Do you know where
it's an allegory.
Where I can see it?
The play. First, let me see. I think I have a PDF somewhere. Let me check. If I have it, I'll send it to you. It's काफी interesting. थोड़ा dark है, काफी interesting है.
Please let me know. Thanks.
Will you share it later on, no? You're recording, share it later on.
Yeah. If I get it, I'll share it.
Later on. Yeah, share it later on. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Continue.
So there are a lot of things that are going on in this painting, guys. What do you think is going on in this painting, other than the fact that Lilith is combing her hair? She don't give a damn. Yeah, I know, right, Mom? I love it. That also sounds like Medusa. Yeah, it does. But Medusa also had like a lot of other things going on for her, isn't it? I mean, I didn't get a very Medusa vibe, but now that you mention it, I do see some similarities. I think the Hindu pantheon has Shatrupa, Shatarup as analogous to. Achha, I didn't know we have an equivalent in Hindu version to Lilith. I think that's just Eve. I think that's Eve. Anyway, coming back to the painting. What do you guys think about the painting? What do you guys notice in the painting? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Batao. Batao, logo, batao. What do you guys see? कोई बताता ही नहीं है यार. मैं ही बोलते चले जाऊं.
The red color. The red color is very attractive.
So, auntie, red color is also for love, but it's also for aggression.
Blood.
And blood, exactly. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like really signifying Lilith, you know, which is why the red there.
Beautiful.
Sorry?
Mm.
Sorry? I didn't hear you. But yes, red is there because, you know, it's aggression and love together, which is kind of what Lilith is. You know, she's a seductress, she's a temptress of that. But actually, you know, it's really bottled down of Lilith being this seductress and murderer of children. She actually just wanted to be as equal as Adam was. That's taking a very feminist point of view on that. But it was actually very true. Lilith just wanted to be what Adam was, because that's as soon as she was born, she was told to be subservient to Adam. And she also had her ideologies and her things that she wanted to do, and God kept telling her what to do, and she didn't want to do that. Like coupling with Archangel Samuel was something she wanted to do, and God did not agree with it, you know. So she was just like, you know, just bye. Yes, narcissism. She is a narcissist. She does believe only to herself. She also believes she's really beautiful. She just wants to do what she wishes to, and she doesn't think about what's going on around, you know. I love her hair. Exactly, you're supposed to love her hair. You know, the way he's made it, that's such a great point. You want to love her hair. You want her hair, you know. Her silky hair and the expression she has while looking at her face. Exactly, the mirror that she has on her hand. Actually, you don't really see the mirror, you know. You see the back of the mirror, but we know that it's a mirror. I'm going to get to that in a minute. She's admiring her own beauty. I know, exactly. She's just like, I don't care about anyone else. Just care about myself. I find her body frame to be a little masculine, completely unconventional beauty. Yes, it is unconventional beauty because she was supposed to be exact replica of Adam, just a female version, you know. Her expression is something confident. Exactly. Yes. Hedonism. I don't know what hedonism is. Amrita, would you like to please tell me more about that? There are two mirrors, one with the candles behind it as well. That is actually a mirror. Wait, I thought that was a window. Wait, that's a mirror showcasing a window. Okay.
Hedonism is basically living in absolute lax, lazy luxury and self-indulgence.
Okay. Thanks. One. Yes.
Mirror, because you can see the reflection of the candles.
Correct. Yeah, it's a window in the mirror. My bad. Yes. So okay, so mirror actually signifies you know, depth into the painting, and also signifies the world around the painting. 1 second, Mama. 1 second. So the mirror signifies, you know, what is happening in the world inside the painting. So it gives you like this honest human reality of the painting. Also, because this painting does not have much depth. If you see, it's actually pretty flat. There is no absolute depth. It's just her, and the next thing behind her are the flowers. So to add a little bit more of the depth is why the mirror comes in. Devesh Mama, please go ahead.
Yeah.
Yes.
So about the painting, what I feel, I mean, there's a lot going in this painting. This painting is really dark, first of all. Now that you've given the background of this entire picture, like initially that I saw, I just thought it's a beautiful woman sitting there, like brushing her hair, and it looked very, very much art nouveau for that respect. But now that since we are talking about romanticism and the background that you've given, I mean, what I wrote in the message also, it's a very fantastical, you know, painting with a lot of magic and women, which is going on in the picture. It's like there you see her, like what someone said, like a very hedonistic approach is being shown in this painting, where you know, I mean, she's resting there, and that mirror which she's holding is more about that she's looking into the human life, that who will be the next prey that she can catch. Like it's more like a stillness before the storm. She conjures up and she, you know, catches her prey. So it's more like that. It's and it's very multi-dimensional for that matter. I mean, you see mirror and behind where you can see the trees and the candles, and it reflects, I mean, it shows more like, mirror on the wall, show me the whatever what's happening on the other side of the world. It's like more like a portal going into the next dimension.
Yes.
And there she is, just sitting there prepping up, though she looks very beautiful, very gorgeous, and all the flowers and things happening. But it also shows the darkness, how dark, how evil, how wicked she is. And that she's about to do some dhamaka, she's about to do some mischief. So that's what I see in this entire painting.
Exactly, you are so right on so many levels. Yes, it's, and this the reason. So here, the one of the 5 aspects of romanticism that comes in is a fantasy, power of imagination, and running into the religion and mythology, right? So you're so right about that. And then the mirror, which shows the window, is like a portal to the other world. It's like the smallest view of the world that is not around Lilith. Like, yes, for Lilith in this painting, everything revolves around her. The flowers are around her, the mirror is her. She's almost like in this circle of only her. And that mirror is
there's
just
there's a lot of fragrance in this picture all around, and fragrance is mostly associated with witches, witch-like person, evil-like person. You can see a scent perfume bottle behind.
Yes.
You can see roses. You can see a peony on the side. You can see a wreath on her lap. There's a lot of, lot of.
Sorry, 1 second. sorry. I have to say something. So the white roses are white roses because the white roses blushed when they met Eve. So that's why they are still white, because Eve is not made yet. Eve was made after Lilith went away and she left the Garden of Eden, and then she was made out of one of the bones from Adam. And the peonies also I have. Okay, so the white roses signify cold and sensuous love, which is what Lilith is all about. And the poppy, sorry, not penny, the poppy, the red poppy niche indicates sleep and forgetfulness. Also the color red, again adding on to the ribbon and the lips.
Yeah, I see a lot of hollyhocks sitting there. I mean, there's roses. I don't know what the fuck is happening. I'm sorry.
Yes, too many things that are happening. But yes, exactly. What you're saying, I'm completely agreeing with you. The black that you have in the background, right behind the white of the flower, is it was probably supposed to show depth, but it does not. It's the blackness that Lilith has, and she doesn't care about it. But that one little
the background is, for a matter of fact, black, because it enhances the wickedness that's gonna come out. And there's a beautiful juxtaposition of black against white, what she's wearing, and then the fur thing happening on the
exactly
chair.
what she's wearing, her skin tone, the flower, the candles. It's just that the majority of the colors are very, very bright.
Yeah.
And then you have the background completely black. Love it. Yes, thank you, Mama. It's got so excited. Sorry.
Anmol was saying something.
Yes, please. Anmol, please go ahead.
The poppy actually, poppy seeds is something that is associated with sleep or drugging someone.
Yes.
And which is exactly why I assume the poppy being there, because opium is made out of poppy, and till the very day I think people use that.
Achha, I didn't know that. I thought it was like sleep and forgetfulness, in the sense that if you have a poppy, or if you symbolize poppy, that's what you symbolize. Wow, thank you. I did not know that.
Yeah, opium is made out of poppy.
Okay, one second. I'm very behind on the chat. Hedonists love luxury and excess of it. Okay, I'm learning so much more about hedonists, by pronouncing it right even. Excessive self-indulgence and luxury. So many feminine references. Roses, mirror, yet dark. Yes. She's in a garden. Is that supposed to be Eden? See, we don't know where she is yet. We don't know if she's actually, so she left the Garden of Eden on her own after coupling with Archangel Samuel, but we don't know where she is yet. So she might be in the Garden of Eden, she might be on earth, we don't know. Her eyes look dark, like she's hypnotized and consumed by her own appeal. She does look like she's consumed by her own appeal, no? She's like, yes, I am so beautiful. She's just looking at like, main poo. She's poo. Guys, she is poo. She's poo. I just realized she's poo. Sorry. I feel she's so confident about her own strength. Yes, she is very, and strength यहाँ पे not just with the expression that you see, but her body language also. It's, I mean, she's like given up, kind of like she's like lying almost, but the frame that she has is a very strong frame, as opposed to all the feminine frames that people keep giving women. So yeah, that was really nice. Self-assured, yes, exactly. There are hints of red across the palette, and she's holding a vanity mirror. Nice metaphor for her vanity. Amrita, yes, yes, you got the point. Yes, the painting is very beautiful, yet you feel like someone walking over your grave, kind of feeling. Huh? Yes, it is kind of graveyardish. I wonder if that's from flowers, or is it the? I don't know how that got there. She has very sharp features, again telling how evil she is. Yes, and her expression is not phased at all. She's kind of bored. I thought she was kind of like bored. She's like, ab aur kya kare? She's like, sitting, and she's just there. Death white. Probably, yeah, probably that. Probably it's death white. Resting bitch face. Exactly, this is a resting bitch face. Oh my god, guys, she's poo. She's poo. Okay, what else? Okay, so in paintings, the flowers that you see on the next to the perfume bottle under the candles, I thought they were wilting, and from what I know, wilting flowers in paintings are to capture the fleeting nature of human life. The resting bitch. So I thought here she's, it's kind of going on with her, but again, now I don't see the wiltingness. So this is when I thought it was wilting. I really don't think that's wilting, but yeah, that's what it means. Huh. And flowers usually keep says, oh wait, I think she's still in the Garden of Eden. I'll tell you why. I just realized, because the roses are still white, and the roses turned red when they met Eve, because they blushed when they met Eve. So I think she's still there because Eve has not come up yet. So I think she's about to go out, and not agree to anything that God is saying, not agree to anything that Adam is saying, and then go couple with Archangel Samuel. Much unlike her brother Adam. It's not brother. Brother nahi hai. Brother nahi hai. She was supposed to be there in the sense of Eve. The lock there, what does it signify? Maybe coffin or secrets. The lock usually symbolizes a secret, something that you don't want other people to know. But the thing is that we don't know if that's locked or not. We see a lock, but we don't know if it's locked. It's closed. So we actually don't know what she's hiding. She may have a lot of secrets. She may be hiding nothing. It may be absolutely empty. Maybe it's not locked at all. Open to interpretation. Absolutely. And you are bang on there. Lock does mean secrets. Not as much as coffin. Coffin, I think, would be more on the sense where you can see a box that is kind of shaped like a coffin, or has engravings of a coffin, because coffin usually things that signify coffin are either your name on a box, or this kind of a thing. I don't know how to explain it. Wait, let me make it for you. This kind of design on the corners of it. So coffin would be, this is not coffin, this is definitely a box with a lock. There's a chest of drawers, I think, below the candles. Does that symbolize her secrets? Yes, secrets. Yes, you guys are on point. It is secrets. I hate this painting now. Oh, now that you've mentioned the chest detail. Yes, so the detail is also flowery, if you see, and flowers are supposed to be very feminine. The flowers are also supposed to signify love and purity and whatnot, but the flowers here are all different flowers. So just probably trying to confuse you with what Lilith has. Now that you mentioned, okay, maybe she's contemplating God's suggestion and wondering why she should be subservient to Adam. Hence looking at herself in great detail. So she did not contemplate it at all. From the myths, the Hebrew myths that comes up about Lilith, the second she was told to be subservient to Adam, she left. Didn't take a minute. Left. Matlab, dafa ho gayi types. Long golden hair, through which she might catch prey of the men and kill them. It's not golden. It's I think it's not golden. I think it's more of red. And I think that's why redheads are believed to be evil or witches. That's where the stereotype comes from. I think. So yeah, that is Lilith. Did I miss anything? Let's see if I missed anything. No, I did not miss anything. Didn't miss anything. Did not.
Where did you say
Yes.
this painting was again? Because I had the luck of going to the Met Museum in New York last year, and I clearly remember seeing something very similar.
You
Because
saw
a
it in,
friend of mine said, "अच्छा मुझे भी यही करना है life में, बस
so
शीशे में देखना है."
you saw it in the Met because this painting was redone again a few years later, and the Met has the redone version with Faust wala excerpt, you know, the beware of her fair hair wala excerpt. So the one that you see in Met is actually a bigger portrait. This one is the one that he made in the beginning, the first one that he made. This is in Delaware Art Museum, so you're not wrong. You did see it in Met, and it still stands there, along with other Rossetti family paintings and other Rossetti paintings themselves. You're right. And I'm so jealous of you that you saw it, because I went to the Met and I didn't know this was there, and I love this painting and I didn't see it. Didn't see it. She's sitting on leather, and that is fur. Some very perpetrator vibe there. Yeah, possibly, Amrita. Yes. Look at you getting intense. I'm getting a very poo vibe. I know, right? तुम्हें कोई हक नहीं बनता, तुम इतनी खूबसूरत लगो. That's what I'm saying. I just realized she's poo. I just realized she's poo. She's poo. Lilith is poo. Okay, anyway. Um, her eyes are so joyless. Yeah, her eyes are joyless. I'm telling you. See, I also thought it was like bored, and she's just like, oh, whatever. Nothing is going to be as good as me. You know? Yeah. Let's go to the last one, guys. I've saved the best for last, and you guys are going to enjoy this. If you have liked Lilith, you're going to enjoy this. And look at me, what I'm doing. Like, kahan gaye? Xbox wale are still here? Yes, like Xbox wale always says that I always oversell something, and I have sold this last one. But you guys are going to enjoy this. I don't guarantee it, because if I guarantee that and then you don't enjoy it, then it's on me. But Xbox wale is Ridesh, and Ridesh, you have ruined it for me. Now I can't tell people that I'm excited about it. So yeah, wait. हाँ, अब बताओ, आया मजा ये वाला देख के? What do you guys think before I tell you anything about this?
नॉस्टैल्जिया नहीं है, सिर्फ और सिर्फ शॉक एंड और ट्रॉमा है.
है ना? This is
I mean, the
amazing.
guy is so scared. I woke up like this. The guy is so scared. He's terrified. This is the look you get when when you're on a TV show like Narcos and then there's a gun pointing at you.
Looks like a pirate. Yes, Tanmay, yes, you're so right. It's like a gun pointed at you. I love this painting so much. It creeped me out so much when I first saw it. His expressions are like lockdown extended. Yes. This was also at Met. You know, Anmol, please take me to Met with you next time, because I missed all of these. I ended up looking at just the modern art ones, and I don't like modern art. Me waking up every day realizing I can't go out. So I'm going to say that you guys did enjoy this one. Meme potential on this. This is a great one, guys. This is Gustave Courbet, and this is his self-portrait out of many self-portraits that he made. This is called The Desperate Man in English, and in Hindi, in Hindi. Why would he write it in Hindi? What's wrong with me? And in French, it is Les Despérés. Too many hours. Johnny Depp. Yes! Yes! I also thought it was Johnny Depp once. Yes! Yes, I thought it was someone who painted Johnny Depp. If this isn't a meme already, I'm offended. He looks like he just spotted his first white hair. Great. Basically, Gustav was an engineering student. Guys, you guys are just killing it right now. French Johnny Depp. Ridesh, seriously, babe. I'm loving the reaction on this one. Love it. Absolutely love it. So, You hear desperate, you think engineer. All engineers are now just coming up. अच्छा, अब पेंटिंग के बारे में बात कर ले कि मीम बनाते रहना है इसके बारे में, बनाते रहना आप लोगों को मीम चले जाऊं. It was such a bad joke. Such a bad joke. Sorry. Shocked cause his girlfriend is back. Memes are modern day art, guys. Memes are modern day art. अब मैं बात करूं पेंटिंग के बारे में, किसी को जानना है कि हो गया हो गया, मजा आ गया, चले जाए हम. Are we done? मैं बोल लूं. कनिका, thank you. So yeah, so this is a self-portrait by Courbet. And self-portrait. He's 24 years old in this in this painting. And it's not just romantic period, it's also academic art. So now academic art was European academics who believed that you should be painting in a certain way, which is very realistically, naturalistically painting stuff. And your light and shadow, your curves and everything should be really on point. So that's why it's academic art. So it's romanticism and academic art mixture in this painting. So so before I get into a lot of things about this painting, I would like to know, what do you guys think when you see his expression? I mean, I know we're making fun of it, but when you see the expression, what do you guys think? I mean, I do. Tanmay said scared and fear. I do see that too. But what else do you guys see? What do you see in his extra wide eyes, the light coming in from horror? Yes. What else? What else? The right wrist. Oh no, it's actually just, if you do that, you can see a little bit of your palm. So what you see disformed is actually his palm. Deformed is actually his palm coming up to. It's actually, it's a weird angle to paint from. I could never get that angle either. It's like right from the front, so you have perspective issues. Aaj mummy ne guys, you are making fun of this. No, stop. Acha. So the reason why this is romantic, let me explain this. The reason why this is romantic is because, so this falls into one of the categories, one of the 5 categories, which is the psychological. So proto-psychological category. So a lot of self-portraits have been made over the years, especially by Rembrandt, the ones that are to be named by Rembrandt, Van Gogh, and Courbet. But what these self-portraits do is they really do a deep dive in the artist's self. So here the itna deep dive ho gaya hai that you know a lot about what is going on in artist's life here. He's scared, he's afraid, he's fearful, he's shocked. Why? Because of the situation that he was in when he was 24 years old, living in Paris as an artist, which is what you see here. So the connection to romanticism is basically the extra emotion, the emotion that has gone so far that it's almost reached psychosis. That is the connection here, the proto psychological or fascination by madness, or the madness of grief here. Like I mentioned, a lot of artists there did believe that the extreme mental stress or extreme mental states of a person's mind can take you to a new height, new level. And this is exactly what we're seeing here. This makes me tremble. If I look at it for too long, nightmarish. Sorry. भाई तू मीम पेज खोल ले, मजा आएगा. Ridesh, stop. Stop. Done by. It is amazing, and in how much emotion is visible. Exactly. It's so expressive. Also the tight frame that it is in, it's almost like there is not a lot of not a lot of frame or canvas left for it to be empty or background to be seen. It's just him and a zoomed in expression, so that's amazing. So it's a brutal reality, very honest reality of what Gustav was going through this period of time. So Gustav did not, like a lot of artists, was rejected from the salon, from the state defined salons. And he was really upset because no one would believe that what he was painting was great or even true. But what he believed was, it was actually very, very, very honest and very reality of the situation of that was happening with him and around him and in the world. Do we also see despair? I saw despair. What do you guys think? Looks like he woke up in a shock from a nightmare and he is just stunned. Again, extreme of emotion. Exactly, extreme of emotion. And it may be possible that he woke up from a nightmare, but this is him looking at himself, not knowing where his next meal is coming from, not being able to pay for anything. Also, in this year when he was 24, he was changing his stream from law to art. So he was actually very unknowing of where his future was going to take him. He had just started in the Academy of Art in Paris, and was getting rejected by the salon. So yeah, it's very, very unknowing. Um,
It's just amazing.
exactly.
The
And
painting,
yes,
from the point of view of artist, it is just beautifully. I mean, each and every stroke is just awesome.
exactly.
He's put so much of feelings into it. He's put so much. I mean,
So
even
much.
his sleeves, if you would see the crease of his shirt. I mean, it's so perfectly done. Oh boy, it's looking as if he's just. I mean, it's very real. Like, it just seems like that.
Exactly.
I
Yes,
mean,
it was so
everything,
real.
like, even that bone on his forehead, like,
Mhm.
that part which is just coming out, like,
Correct.
I mean, it's just
So right,
amazing. I
Anand.
mean,
And
beautiful. It's just awesome.
you just mentioned exactly what, if you Google romanticism, the first thing that comes up is emotions, feelings, and individualism, which is all here in this painting, and moods of all kind, extreme moods of all kinds. So this is exactly what this painting is doing here. I love those times. Don't know where the next meal is going to come from. Let's make a self-portrait. If that isn't true, like Van Gogh also did that. Like, I have no clue how I'm gonna live, but let's make painting. I love the passion. Like, I don't care what is happening with me. Let's make something. It's like the selfie of that era. But first, let me take a selfie. Exactly. It is, but more realistic. He looks young, but also old. What happened after this painting? So he changed. He got into the art world. He started painting, and he got really annoyed with the fact that um, a lot of people were like, the salons were rejecting his work, and a lot of people were not ready to exhibit his work. So he got really pissed off, and he was like, I don't care. I'm going to paint my reality. I'm going to paint the world the way I see it, the way I see reality happening in front of me, which is why Courbet is one of the most influential artists in art history. He really changed the way art was seen, because this is the last almost one of the last paintings in the Romantic era, and then it moved on to realism, which is the absolute polar opposite of Romanticism. So he actually started realism after this painting. So he was really pissed off, and he was like, what, here you go, I'm gonna, मैं सबको हिला देने वाला हूँ. He was he was Popat. He was Popat from Popat Lal from Jethala, from Tarak Mehta Ka Ulta Chashma. He's like, दुनिया हिला दूंगा, and then he did it. He did it. Um, Jazbati in romanticism. Exactly. Bhavukta. Yes, he's very bhavuk here. Love the color on his cheeks. The color, the color on his cheeks is so dumbed down. It's so subtly there, but you can still see it, and that's what I love. It's almost like he is flushed with what the hell is happening right now. What the hell is gonna happen there? What about so much color on his cheeks? Any significance? It's open to interpretation. A lot of people believe that it's him blushing looking at himself, but I don't think it's blushing in any way. I think it's more of, when you get really angry, or when you don't know what the hell is going to happen, so you get really worried and your anxiety brings that in. I think that's what it is, but it's open to interpretation. It's particularly pink. Exactly, it's particularly pink. It's very. I thought it was very peachy, but yeah, pink also goes. As someone who has attempted sketching hands and felt I am here with you, Amrita. Give me high five. Can I just say how phenomenal the detailing on his hands are? The detailing, the muscle on his hands is amazing, and it's hard to do that, especially with the light and shadow detailing going on it. Amazing. Amazing. Wait, guys, you're typing too much. Wait, yaar, thoda dheere type kiya karo. Shilpa, you just said T. T. Please tell me more. His lips, on the other hand, are a tad solo. I don't get that, Tanmay. Please explain.
Sallow. There's a yellowish, not yellowish, but like there's a orangish, yellowish shade, but it's pale.
Perspective, to
It's
give perspective, to give depth to his lips.
okay.
कि अंदर है, you know, it's see, you see a lot of depth in this painting, not just because of the light तो यहाँ से आ रही है, but you can see that he's standing in front of something else, you know, the background, even though there is nothing on the background going on, you still can feel that, you know, there is a little space between the back and in front of him. So Courbet did this really well, because academic art को वो prove करना बहुत कोशिश कर रहा था, he wanted to fit in a lot, so he actually was very good in perspectives and making things really real and realistic and you understand what I'm trying to say. So that hence the thing. He was not able to get over it, but then he used that in a lot of other ways in other paintings. He's flustered. Exactly, I thought he was flustered. The light seems harsh too, enhancing the emotion. Yes, yes, great point. Yes, the light is very harsh. It's almost as if he's under a spotlight. You know, it's like he's put in the spotlight, like, you know, now go do what are you going to do, you know, what are you going to do, what the hell is going to happen. I thought he was so confused, you know. Love the play of light on his face. Exactly, yes. Very uncertain of his future, what may look like, or maybe the apprehension of what might go wrong if he did not make it successful in life. Exactly. The dilated eyes speaks for themselves. You noticed it, yes, Baba. And in all that worry, his hand goes over his head. It may be he has kind of has seen his future, and he is gone bonkers and is in a state of shock. Wow, that is a great insight. I don't see it like that. I don't see that he's seen his future. I feel like he's so scared of the uncertainty. But that's a great point. Also, saying the hair, bringing the hair in, a lot of critics thought that he's actually pulling his hair or almost staring into his hair. If you can see the left hand, it's almost like he's staring into his hair, again showing the aggression and the muscles adding on to that aggression on his hands. Reflects well in his eyes. Detailing on his forehead is also amazing. T for typo. T for typo. And romanticism is all about detail. So yeah, we can see that in his face, muscles, clothes, even the light falling from the side window. Romanticism is also again about the feelings and emotions that he's showcasing here, which is also amazing. The light on his eyebrows, so much detail. Yes, again, like I mentioned, he likes the details because, you know, he wanted to impress the academic arts, and academic art was very European academic uh, European academies that believed that art was done in a very Raphael, Da Vinci kind of way, you know, modeled hands and model figures and everything. So he had to make it very clear. Indicator of stress, pulling hair. Exactly, he's stressed. He is stressed. Let's see what else I've missed. Still a young man trying to build his future. I mentioned that. He was rejected by the salon. I mentioned that. Wanted to Oh yes, yes, I mentioned this. Wanted to push the limits of art. So now the reason, you know, if you guys notice, we all, as soon as I pulled this up, we all really connected to him, and we all made like so many memes and fun out of it. This is what makes this painting so good, and which is why this was a very important piece in art history. This is still so relatable, and a lot of critics to this day believe that it is. I mean, with the new critics of our age believe that this is also very hipster, like very hipster vibe. I saw that, and your comments in the beginning just, you know, agreed with that. So yeah, I did not mention that. So this also shows irritation with the art world and how he wanted to make art that like he saw. But again, why is the title Desperate Man? What is he desperate for? Future, uncertainty, career, what? All of the above. All of the above. So Courbet was trying to say it through the name that, you know, he's desperate because right now he has no idea what the hell is going on. You know, he's desperate to prove to the world, to the art world, that he is good and what he's making is right. So that's where the desperation comes from, because his future in the art world is a question mark. He's uncertain whether he's going to be able to make anything out of it or not, whether he's going to be able to change the course of art history or not, and be able to make a career there. So yes, it is all of the above. um uh yes. So Courbet did not ever want to show beauty in his work. He always wanted to show the reality of the situation and things that were happening. He has a very beautiful piece, beautiful painting. Oh my god, it is absolutely amazing. Blew my mind when I read about it and learned it in school. Um, it was called wow, I said beautiful so many times I forgot the name of the painting. I forgot the name. It was his grandfather's funeral. It's a great painting. If I have time left, I'll pull it up. Great painting. Um, So yeah, a lot of the things that we saw in this were desperation, bold, radicalism, radical ambitions. You know, him being determined. That's just all like he is. So the way you see the things that you see in this painting is exact autobiography of Courbet almost. Um, what else? Psychological tone of the self-representation, like Van Gogh and Rembrandt. I said that. Oh yes. Did you guys, like I mentioned, it's a tight frame. Did you guys feel that it was a little claustrophobic? How close it is on his face? Like there is no space for anything else to happen. There is also an expression of shock here. Yes, 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 Madhura. Yes, there is. There is. There is also I thought that the first time I saw this, I saw fear and psychosis. Actually, loved it. There is also an expression of shock here. I'm able to understand why though. Um, is he wearing painter's apron and reacting to something he painted? I thought he was looking into a mirror, but open to interpretation. Have no clue. I don't think he's wearing painter's apron. I think he's just wearing the time appropriate clothes. But I don't know much. I don't know much about that part. Um, Given the situation, he would know what he is getting himself into. Yes, yes, Madhura, you got it. It's a very vulnerable expression, one you don't give out when you're around people. It's very hard hitting. Exactly, it is so hard hitting. It really makes you start wondering what you. Okay, so a lot of people talk about how he's engaging the viewer, engaging the audience with the eye contact, the direct eye contact. When I first saw it, it did make me want to think about, okay, what the hell am I doing with my life? मतलब कूर्बे मुझसे पूछ रहा है कि क्या चल रहा है भाई, ठीक हो जा types. So it was very intimidating when I first saw it. Loved it. So yeah, very vulnerable expression. And I think he's making it very personal between the viewer and himself, like the two people that are in this conversation. Whenever you look at the painting, it's you and him, you know. The desperation, the desperation and fear I understand, but shock I'm not sure. Shock, I think it's shock because of the wide eyes, you know. But he's looking at something specific though. The eyes aren't at level of the viewer, makes me think he's looking at something he's painting in the moment. I don't know, I thought he was looking at me. But I'm also self-involved. It's timeless. When was it painted? Did I not mention that? I'm so sorry. 1844 to 1845. It's painted then. Right after this was painted, realism started. I mean, romanticism started ending. So, and the next was realism. It's amazing. Wait. Oh, yes, 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 yes. I have. Oh, also, the reason why we see the muscles, I forgot to mention this. The reason why we see the muscles are because they're tense muscles. He's tense. He's tense, guys. He's very tense. I forgot to mention this. So there is a beautiful quote I got from one of the critics. It's a long quote. I will repeat it, but hear me out. So Courbet shares the intensity of a moment in which the artist, having come to the end of his romantic education and suddenly overcome at the spectacle of his imminent downfall, finds the strength to repudiate and to repudiate a destiny that is not his. I'll repeat it again. I know I messed up. I know I messed up. Shush, shush. So Courbet shares the intensity of a moment in which the artist, having come to the end of his romantic education and suddenly overcoming at the spectacle of his imminent downfall, finds the strength to repudiate a destiny that is not his. Did you guys get what that meant? So, like I mentioned, repudiate a destiny that is not his. He did believe that his destiny was not the art world, which is why all the confusion, the shock, and the fear for it. But he is imminent that after his downfall, which is right here, his lowest point. This was his lowest point. After this, things got better for him. But at his downfall, he did believe that, I have to change. I have to change my reality, and I have to change the reality of the art world too. So I thought that was a great, great, great thing. And with 1 minute to spare, I finish it. I finished it all, and I finished, and I said everything I wanted to say. Booyah! Do you guys have to say anything before I stop sharing the screen? He looks like Ranveer Singh. Yes, he looks like so many people. He looks like so many people. I think that's why it's relatable also. He looks like so many people. He looks like another guy that I would know, you know, just another guy that I would know. And his beard is also like, we've seen it. We've seen it. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. I spoke so much, it hurts. Uh, thank you so much, guys, for coming. You guys were amazing.
It was amazing session.
I
Learned
loved
so
it, Hannah.
new things. It was really, really very beautiful.
I also liked
I
it.
mean, lucky to be among one of them. It was surprisingly, I mean, not surprising, like for me, everything was a real surprise. It was really nice.
Oh,
Beautiful
thanks,
it was.
Auntie. This
Sharing
was
with so many of them, it was really awesome. Thanks, dear. Thanks.
Thank you, Auntie.
All the best.
Thank you, Auntie. Thanks, Kanika. So I was actually very torn between like 6 paintings actually, 6 paintings, and I could only choose 3. So I ended up choosing these. So yeah, thank you guys. Thank you everyone for coming, and you guys understood exactly what the artists were going for. I hope you guys heard this small explanation I gave in the beginning. These are not art classes. This is just all of us coming together to appreciate the art world and paintings that I'm choosing from time to time. The next one is a Bollywood Cringe Fest that is happening on Monday. But then we are going back to our usual Wednesdays and Saturdays. Wednesday is performance art. Wednesday is performance art, and that gets really intense, guys. It gets so intense. We have Marina Abramovic, and that's going to get really, really intense. So performance is going to be amazing. Again, 8 p.m. on Wednesday. And if you want to have a cringe fest of Bollywood on Monday, everything is available on mithilamalvia.com/show. It's on my Instagram. I can send it to you guys if you guys want to just come up and ask me that. Thank you. Can't wait for the cringe fest. And so yeah, you guys should really come for the performance pieces one. You guys are gonna love it because it's going to be very similar to this one. The feelings are very similar, and a lot of things get out of hand. We also have Yoko Ono, till where I remember, that I've chosen. So yeah, it's gonna be amazing. All the information is there. Wait, I'm just gonna write it here in case you guys don't know about it. It's mithilamalvia.com/show. देख लेना, RSVP कर लेना, और आ जाना. It'll be fun. Thank you so much everyone for coming. It's gonna be great in the performance art one also, and there is an entire lineup that you can see there. So thanks guys. Bye. Now this is the weird part where I'm gonna see the participant list go down.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
You know I'm staying, right?
Lol, like every single time. I think Ridesh is also going to stay. We'll have a chat.
This will be fun.
Wait, what did everyone write? Oh, this was fun. Oh,
I
thanks,
saved.
guys.
I saved the chat transcript because I have to cull the chat transcript and make memes.
This was so much fun. Everyone just understood what the artists were trying to say. I loved it. Xbox wale, where are you? Xbox wale, Saiba.
Could unmute now? What the hell?
What? I'm here.
What's up?
Did you guys hear what I sang?
I
Instead of Shirdi wale Sai Baba, it was Xbox wale Sai Baba.
I messaged Pankudi in private to tell her.
Name every time? It's so irritating.
I messaged Pankudi in private to tell her.
Pick it up with him. What were you saying, Tanmay?
Nothing. Chhoda hogi.
It's the slogan coming in with his quotes. Sai Baba.
No, now I can say it. I think maybe. So I messaged Pankudi to say romantic art is the anti-Pankudi.
Yeah, what is this, yaar?
Dude, romantic art is so Pankudi. What are you saying? I mean, other than the name, everything.
मुझे ऐसे ही बर्बाद करके रखा है.
ए, तू रुलाती है. We discussed this, Pankudi.
I think this
तू रुलाती है. Pankudi, we discussed this and you agreed.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of agreed, but yeah.
Guys,
Today was superb, yeah. Mithila, you don't do enough of this, yeah. This is not fair.
I want it to be 4 hours long, okay? Then I stop.
No, you don't do enough. You don't know enough. I'm not talking about time duration. I'm talking about frequency. So I'm glad you're doing one on Monday because frequency is nicer. I like thrice a week. Thrice a week is a nice frequency.
Arey, I was not expecting 20 people to come today. No one responded only. So I was like, आएंगे 4-5 लोग.
मैं RSVP अरे कौन जाके RSVP करने वाला है यार बोर होता है तो लोग आ ही जाते हैं मुझे 15 मिनट पहले अमृता asked me for the link 15 minutes earlier every time and I send her the link.
Listen, you can क्या बोलते हैं ask Ridesh. I can talk about all of this for hours and hours and hours to come.
My friend Drishya, whom I called today, I told her Wednesday, like, you definitely join, etc. I will send you the link. I will remember to send you the link. All that. 10 minutes after it started, she calls me. She's like, "Wasn't something at 8 o'clock you were calling me for?" I said, "Oh shit!" I sent her the link and I said, "Hi."
But that's why the RSVP is there. No, if you RSVP, it sends you an email 1 hour before that it's going to start. Hence the RSVP.
Okay. Fair enough.
Ridesh, did you like it? Finally you came for one which was really good.
No, I was there for a lot of the ones which were good. I was not there for like 1 or 2 maybe.
You did not come for one. Stop being
Pankuri, थोड़ा romanticism ज़्यादा नहीं हो
all
गया?
the points, okay? You're not getting any point for it.
Feeling very romantic right now.
I know, right? तो फिर यहाँ पे क्यों है? Then why are you here, Pankuri?
Shobhan to gaya.
Guys, everyone start your video.
हाँ भाई start your video guys. What are you doing?
ना
Yeah, let it be.
बिल्कुल भी नहीं
No,
करते
Ridesh, I
ही
want
नहीं.
to see you topless.
Oh, you look nice.
No, I'm not topless.
Please start your video.
Pankuri बोल रही है. You
Hey,
asked
Pankuri, you look
yeah.
nice. Look at my t-shirt.
me to talk way too much.
Yeah.
You personally attacked.
Yeah. Very real.
My sister bought.
We should all be wearing that.
My
We should attack you.
my sister.
You are being expert.
Oh my God, Pankuri. See, रुलाती है.
Huh?
I said you should only wear that to attack me, right? You said you should only wear that to attack me, right?
Yeah.
Ridesh,
I know that's something
something
रुलाती है
actually
again. My confirmation,
That's
Yeah,
why
I
you
am.
want to
That's why I
start
don't
your
want to
video.
come
I
on
don't
video.
want to start your video. I'm going to fucking kill you. You know that.
Yeah, why did you
0
think I
points
was?
you're getting for coming for this event. Okay. God मराओ.
अरे पर मैंने खत्म होने के बाद अभी जस्ट ऑन किया है.